Hi there and welcome to this tutorial. I'm Anthony Ward from AntCGI, and what we're going to do through the duration of this video is just go over my process for painting skin. So what you can see before you is my current sort of workspace. I'll just briefly go over sort of how I have that set up. So I have my main canvas in the middle. My brushes, I have those to the lower left so that I can easily access them. Above that I have the reference photo, which again I can just quickly glance at and refer to. And then over on the right I have my layers and also the navigator, which shows sort of a thumbnail version of the whole canvas, so you can get a good idea of how things are looking from a zoomed out perspective while you're focusing on painting like the smaller details. Now, even though I'm using Photoshop and I primarily work on the Wacom Mobile Studio Pro, the techniques that I'm going to be sharing can be used on any device or in any sort of application. So don't worry about trying to follow along with Photoshop if you don't have it or if you're not working on a Wacom product. So as you can see, I start with a sketch and then I fill that with a medium skin tone. That just gives me sort of a canvas to start off with that's not too dark, not too light, and then I can start working in some of the highlights and shadows. So what I'm doing here is I've selected sort of a lighter skin tone, and I'm just using a soft brush and I'm just going over and just gradually just painting in sort of the highlight areas. You'll also notice that I have over on the layers, I've created a new layer to add this to, but I've also, holding down Alt, I've sort of attached it to the layer below, which means that while I'm painting on that layer, it's not going to go past anything that's on the layer below. So I don't have to worry about painting this lighter tone and then trying to erase around the edges. So now I've chosen more of a red tone because I can see in the reference photo, you know, her cheeks and her nose and her brow, I've got a little bit more of a red tint to them. So again, using the same soft brush, slightly larger this time, I'm just going in and starting to work in some of these different colour variations. And occasionally I will go in and use the eyedropper to pick a colour to start with off of the actual reference photo. I don't do this all the time, and as you can see I picked the colour for the shadow, but then I'm also adjusting it to fit sort of the portrait that I'm painting. I do find that if you pick the colours directly from the reference photo, you do always end up having to adjust them anyway because they don't come through exactly as you can see them. So now I've got some highlights in there and I've added in a bit of red around the cheeks. I'm now going to start in and work in some of the darker tones just to help me sort of balance out, you know, all the different tones and the different shapes of the face. And now I'm just picking a lighter colour. Again, this isn't white, it's just sort of a really light sort of pinky colour. And now I'm going to work in a bit more of those highlights. If you notice, I'm still just using the same soft brush. You know, at this stage, I'm just trying to block out the shading. I'm not going in for any sort of details or anything. It's just following the sketch, and that's allowing me, you know, just to block in all the main shapes. And here I'm just using a smaller version of the same brush again, but you know, just trying to pick out the main highlights. So obviously there we've got the highlight on the sort of between the inner eye and the nose, and then looking at the reference photo we can see that the nose area itself needs to be lightened up a bit, and then we've got the highlight above sort of where the her left eyebrow is. And I do find as I'm working, I tend to jump around a lot. So I'll work on the highlights for a bit, then go back to the shadows, then go on to colour variations, you know, and then jump between a few. So you see I'm just doing gentle strokes. One thing I like about the Mobile Studio Pro is the high level of sensitivity you get with the stylus, with the pen, is that you can do really light strokes and get those sort of soft tones in without having to go back in and erase it or use sort of a blend brush. So now I'm focusing on the eyes and just, again, selecting a darker colour, but obviously I'm not just selecting a range of colours from light to dark. I'm looking at the reference photo and noticing that under the eye, yes, it's darker, but it's got a bit more of a red tinge to it.